Bulletcast for life.
Get up! This is a revolution! This is our time to rise! Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite, and you are the weak. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this is gonna hurt. When your face is in the dirt, you'll know your death is what I seek. We are the elite, and you are the weak, and I will always get.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know the voice, you know the name, you know exactly why I'm here, just in case if you don't. Microphone aside, Phillip and Brandon, joined by the Canadian Destroyer BT, Brandon Tanguma. We are here to recap Crown Jewel Perth. It happened a few days ago. Brandon, what's going on, man?
What up, everyone? Here, as you said, to talk about Crown Jewel, not a blood money show, but a Australian, I don't know, kangaroo money. I don't know what does Australia make over there.
Kangaroo Jack money.
There you go.
You remember Kangaroo Jack?
I love Kangaroo Jack. It's a great movie.
Anthony Anderson.
They falsely advertised that Kangaroo Jack was going to talk throughout the entire movie, even though it's just for one Mirage scene. False advertisement, but that's okay. And also, Kangaroo Jack's supposed to be like a R-rated or PG-13 rated movie, but they turned it into a kids comedy.
It was a Jack. Was Jack Black in there too?
No,
Anthony Anderson was in there. I know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, Perth. Take us through it, Brandon. What happened first?
So yeah, we were in Perth, the RAC Arena, which was where all these Australian shows are taking place. We kicked it off with the Tribal Chief taking on the Tribal Thief in an Australian street fight.
The OTC.
Sorry, OTC. Gotta stay up to date with these nicknames here. 21 minutes this did go, and Bronson Reed actually got the win over Roman Reigns, as we'd expect. Shenanigans ensued. Braun Breaker showed up. The Usos showed up, even though Roman told him to not show up. And then, Bronson gets the win. And then after the fact, then we get some more family drama with Roman scolding the Usos and Jay, continuing down whatever he's doing, and dissension between the Usos themselves and anger within Roman and all the other good fun stuff. So more bloodline family dissension in 2025.
Yes. It was good. I mean, Roman had an answer for Braun, like really throughout the whole match early on, and then Braun eventually found his stride, and Braun Breaker coming out there, and then the Usos coming to make the save. Jay accidentally spearing Roman through the table. Bronson Reed picked up a massive victory here tonight. I mean, since 2019, the only people who have pinned Roman Reigns are Baron Corbin, Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, Cody Rhodes, and Bronson Reed. I mean, to only be pinned by 5 people in 6 years is a hell of a feat in and of itself.
And they made a point to say that it was singles matches. If it's only singles matches, only him and Cody.
Yeah. I mean, what? He won the title in August of 2020. So in a 5-year span, he's only been pinned twice in singles competition. That's crazy. But hell of a opportunity and a moment for Bronson Reed. He needed the. I mean, how do you feel? Yeah, I mean, I've heard people think differently about when they say, "Oh, he needed this," but I think it was the I don't like to see my tribal chief lose. You know that, Brandon. You know that, right?
Exactly. We know Phillip takes these losses very seriously.
But WrestleMania 40, you should have. Oh man, I wish you were there. I needed some support, man.
It's okay, but you'll be there for 42.
Hello. But yeah, man. And then the Uso family drama. Roman's just like it's not. This isn't like the old times. It doesn't work unless we win, with the interference and everything. People think I can't do shit on my own. I got to do this on my own. I don't want to see y'all till Christmas. I hope Roman's back before Christmas, though.
Yeah, I mean, it looks as though maybe we'll get originally we were supposed to get a War Games match with them, but we'll talk about it on the regular podcast, and maybe the War Games is all thrown up in the air in terms of plans for that. We talked about it last week about not needing wins, but pinning former champions and what that can do to you. And we talked about Bronson, and I kind of said, you know what? After that discussion we had, give it to Bronson, let him have the win, and maybe they listen to the podcast. And that was the reason that they got swinged to have Bronson win. But Reed has continued to be, I think the main beneficiary of this Vision faction, even more than Braun Breaker has been. And he got the win here. Big win. It's one thing to get the win, but you got to do more with it. You can't just be like, oh yeah, he beat him, and then, just kind of move on. You got to go back on that, remind people, then push him at a higher level more seriously. Now he did lose or he did win via chicanery, so it's going to be, it's not like he beat him clean like well, even Cody didn't really beat him clean, but you know what I mean. It wasn't like a babyface triumphant victory over the big bad Roman, but big match for him, and no Roman on Raw, so we didn't get a full fledged kind of fallout on what that may be. But I would assume Roman will be back for Survivor Series within the next 6 weeks, so we'll see what's going on with that.
Yes. What was next?
Then we had our first Crown Jewel Championship. It was the women's variant as Stephanie Vaquer took on Tiffany Stratton. This one only went 10 minutes. I think they might have tried to put 15 minutes of moves in a 10 minute match. And Stephanie ended up getting the win with their little spiral moonsault. She landed very hard on Tiffany and she got the win. It was fine. I think kind of Tiffany's matches, you can kind of see that they kind of plan them out and they have their set of what they're trying to do, and it was okay. I think these babyfaces matchups because people like Tiffany, people like Stephanie. It's going to be hard for the crowd who was hot all night and all week for all these shows. It was kind of hard for them to kind of like choose a side and really get into this one, I thought.
Yeah. I mean, well, like I said, Tiffany, this is where it all really started for her to get that momentum. I mean, she had great momentum in NXT, but what was it? Elimination Chamber Perth last year before Mania 40. This is where they were starting to really pick up on Tiffy time. So, obviously, it's gonna be hard to decipher between that and then the new phenomenon that is Stephanie Vaquer. But good stuff, man. Good stuff all around. They just went. Is this kind of Tiffany's thing? Packing hella stuff into a short amount of time. She did it with Jade at SummerSlam. I think she's done it a couple other times. Or why does she keep getting put in this position? Because they think she can pull it off?
Maybe, or just because, a lot of these matches, she's like the second women's match. So, she was the only women's match to this one, but she definitely was kind of, if you were to rank all of them, I guess she was the second women's match because you had the tag team match with Asuka. I kind of forgot about that one. But so, yeah, I mean, Tiffany's kind of been in this position where she's like the secondary women's champion. So she's not getting like the focal point that maybe like the Raw
I
side
mean,
women's are. And so her matches are
but
being a little shorter.
technically, she's the top women's champion because it's the WWE women's title.
Yeah,
But
well, I mean, I think Tiffany has definitely cooled off significantly since that last Australian trip last year, and I think some of it's character work, some of it's they're not exactly putting her in these great positions in storylines and making you care too much about her. So I think it's just a Sunday of things that have compiled on top of each other. Then we got the match everyone's been talking about. First off, I would love to know how much money John Cena made in Australia because the sheer amount of people in that crowd wearing that yellow Australian John Cena t-shirt, it looked like a Golden State Warriors playoff game in 2014. Like it was
did.
insane. Because like I did the math. Even if you do like I know those shirts are going to be like 45, $50. Even if Cena gets like $20 for every shirt that sells, $20 times how many people you think were wearing that shirt? Like 8 to 9,000?
Yeah.
We'll say 9,000 for shits and gigs.
You see, I'm kind of in the spirit.
That's $180,000 just for $20. Now you can maybe makes more, maybe makes less, but well over $100,000 he probably made in merch money in that weekend, which is insane.
You see, I feel kind of in the spirit. Look, you see it a little bit.
There you go.
Little bootleg. Yeah, man. How long did they go?
It says 27 minutes and 10 seconds.
Thank you, Jesus. I needed this. I needed to see this one last time. You know how, Brandon. You know how I feel. You know how I feel about John Cena versus AJ Styles.
They had one of your favorite matches of all time.
Man, when those matches were happening, we were doing the show. That's all I talked about. I said to hell with whatever happened on Raw. Let's talk about Cena and Styles. I mean, just it was so much fun. AJ wearing the 2005 gear from that magazine cover. It was great. Cena giving Styles his own introduction. The boss of the Bullet Club.
AJ should have cut his hair, but that's okay. Go full throwback.
Hey, no, I'm gonna let you know this right now. Bullet, if he's gonna retire, well, we'll talk about that. Oh God, I'm not ready for another retirement tour. But man, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. I mean, the chemistry is still there. And all the tributes, the Bray Wyatt tribute, for him to hit that Sister Abigail, and then for those fans to immediately turn on those fireflies, that was such a cool moment, bro. That was awesome.
Yeah,
It was
this match definitely was a spectacle. Like you said, they used a lot of moves from other people. One might say maybe a little self-indulgent of just taking other people's moves and just doing that and spamming finishers on
Well,
each other.
that's kind of what Cena's been doing. Like he's been tributing the people that he was out there with, that he had chemistry with, that were such a big part of his career. I mean, for him to do the whole RKO setup and then even attempt the punt, like yeah, we're gonna tribute Randy here. I mean, the Angels wings, Coquina clutch, Styles was tributing guys that he knows he won't get to wrestle because he's about to
Stinger
hang him up.
splash into a scorpion death drop.
Yeah, like guys, he had great matches with it. It all makes sense, because WWE's in bed with TNA. He's paying tribute to the TNA legends that he was out there with back in the day. It all makes sense, but it was just good fun. I loved this.
Yeah, this match was a lot of fun. As much as me kind of poo-pooing on all the moves they did. I thought the finish was really good. The tombstone pile driver straight into the AA after, kicking out of all these finishers from other people. Clearly the pile driver tombstone is going to be very protected and then one last AA for the win. I thought made a lot of sense. So I did like that finish there. And the crowd was just super into it. They were hot, like so hot you get clear. I mean, you knew they were going to be crazy for this stuff because of all the t-shirts that they were wearing, but the visual styles coming out with the shorts and Cena, his last ever international match show. That's another aspect of things here. So yeah, overall, I think if
Brandon,
when we look back, this will be what it's remembered for this show.
we may have to go. We may have to go to San Diego, Brandon.
I mean, there's people there. I know there's people who want to go to San Diego. I know I'm looking at possibly the WrestleMania, but San Diego's a little shorter trip,
It, it's what, short notice,
maybe.
but I mean, yeah, man, I don't know. It's good stuff. Good stuff. What else happened?
Then we had the second women's match on the card. It was a tag team match, something we rarely see, especially on these PLEs that have very short, well, at least limited number of matches on them. We had a non-title tag match. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley taking on the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi. This one went relatively long, longer than the other women's match. 19 minutes, 55 seconds. Io and Rhea get the win. And Io actually got the pin on Kairi, not Rhea, in her home country. They played up Kyrie, being somewhat reluctant of Asuka and scared of her, but throughout the entire match, they pretty much just worked like a regular tag team. So that story was kind of out the window. It was just kind of a match, and obviously Asuka was doing her thing, and Io and Rhea were doing their thing, and Kyrie was just kind of there because she's kind of the odd woman out in the story, to be honest. But it was fine. I thought for what it was, the moves were good, and obviously people are gonna love Rhea in Australia.
Yeah, and, they love EO too. What's the dance? What's the dance? Yeah,
I don't know, whatever her pointing gimmick is.
I'm going to the. Have you seen like that Rumble remix gimmick that they be doing at the clubs? They play the wrestling themes.
I've seen them. I've seen the internet stuff.
Yeah, I'll be there on Friday. Maybe I'll hit that, huh?
Where the hell is that at?
San Jose,
Okay.
SmackDown's in San Jose.
It's always been in San Jose. I didn't know if it was like a touring thing or they
Yeah,
like.
it's a touring thing, but since SmackDown's in San Jose, it's gonna be in San Jose.
Oh, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, unless I'm in a creative meeting inside the building, I'll be over there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
main
I mean,
event time.
I thought Kabuki Warriors might have won this match just to kind of keep the story going, but no, Kyrie, who's clearly the lowest person on the totem pole, loses here. So I mean, I don't they are still forwarding the story because there were some more developments, or I don't know if I'd say developments, but they did stuff on Raw together. So yeah, this match was just kind of there. It was fine, not really offensive, nothing terrible to be honest. Then main event, the men's Crown Jewel Championship. This one went 29 minutes 40 seconds, longest match on the card by a mile, or not by a mile, a couple minutes. Cena and AJ, Seth and Cody, respective champions on their own brand, and we had some vignettes in the middle of the show with the Vision and what Seth asked about, or Paul told the Bronze, we're going to celebrate, but there's going to be no interference. As much as Seth wants to our help, we're not going to help him out. That didn't happen. Seth didn't ask for any help. No one came out. It was a straightforward one-on-one match. But Seth did end up grabbing that watch that Cody gave him at WrestleMania, which was definitely Chekhov's gun moment because when he took his stuff off, he had it on for whatever reason, and then he grabbed it, banged Cody in the head with it, hit. I forgot what. I think another stomp after that, and got the win. Also, he did a coast to coast headbutt, not a drop kick, a headbutt, and allegedly, which we might talk more about this on the regular podcast, hurt his arm slash shoulder, and that might put him on the show for a significant amount of time. So yeah.
Yeah, man, I saw. Oh yeah, this match was good, man. I mean, Cody and Seth, they always do it for me. Seth beat him on his own. Wasn't clean as a whistle, but clean as Jace. Coast to coast headbutt was crazy. You saw the way he landed with his shoulder. Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, since Cody's been back for what 3 years now, almost four. WrestleMania 38. He's only been pinned 6 times. Crazy.
I mean, crazy what happens when you protect somebody.
Hey, come on now. Hello.
Hard when you got all this TV time to fill, but we got Roman and Cody not taking losses. It means something when they lose.
Exactly.
Look at that. Cody and Roman both lost on the same show.
That when does that ever happen?
Probably never.
Exactly my point.
Well, I mean, maybe if we look back in like 2015, there might have been some times.
I'm talking about you know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, I mean, I thought the match itself technically was good. They were just straightforward, and they just had a good wrestling match. You know, you're waiting in these types of matches for something to happen. So, once Seth grabs the watch, you kind of know where everything's going. So I thought it kind of took a little bit of a dip after that, but the 25 minutes before that, I thought it was pretty good, and they did what they did later, which we'll talk about, but they made it a very big deal that Seth needed to win this match. He ended up winning the match, so they didn't go down that path, but it looks like they're going down a similar path, even though he still did win the match. So these Crown Jewel championships, it means nothing to me. Like, I get it, like they try to put it over, they do these promos, and
it's for the good of the industry, man.
We're gonna see it on. We saw it on Raw the next day. Well, I don't even know. Was Seth wearing his title the next day? I think
No.
yes. I was gonna say he wasn't. Stephanie was when she did her promo, but it's like these things don't matter. It didn't make sense, but it made sense because it was in Saudi Arabia, so blood money make them feel special about their thing. But they're still doing it in Australia. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we might see this again next year. We might not. I don't know.
It's for the good of the industry.
Yeah, it's just like those Survivor Series matches. They're at least it's not for brand supremacy, but it's for some fake title that we see for like 30 minutes, and then they.
What do you mean? Did you not like brand supremacy? I love brand supremacy.
Well, when you got baby faces and heels working together for brand supremacy, that's when it's. And then we're gonna just fight each other the next week because we're not on the same, or because you're not fighting for brand supremacy. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I felt like it really would have worked if like the winning Survivor Series team gets like 5 of the last 10 spots in the Rumble. I think that would have worked excellent. Right? Little stakes, right?
Something, but that'd be too much because I'd be planning too far ahead.
I'll talk to them. I'll see what we can do. All right, what's your grade for the show, man?
Grade. I mean, Cena and AJ probably carries a majority of this. Some iffy finishes in the beginning and last match. I'll give the Crown Jewel once again, watch it on delayed, and I'll watch it at 5 o'clock in the morning West Coast time, so I was able to fast forward through all the BS and commercials and stuff. I'll give it a B, even if I feel like I'm always living in the B's.
B from Brandon.
That's why they call me B. Not just because I got B cups.
Well, all right. Yeah, I'll give it a B too. Good stuff overall. Yeah, that's gonna do it for us. We'll be back in a couple days with a regular episode of the BC. Yes, sir.